Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. It's so great to see you. My name is Kelly and I like to do all things home related, whether it's cooking, cleaning, baking, organizing, but especially home decor. I love to do it all. So if these are the type of videos that you enjoy, I would love it if you would pause this video right now, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any further videos. So now I'm just going to set the mood because we are decorating my dining room for Christmas time, and I'm using one of my favorite all-time scents at this time of year. So let's get into today's video. Okay, so here is the current state of my dining room. Last night, I spent the evening tidying it up because if you follow me over on Instagram, and I hope that you do, it's just At Home with Kelly P, all one word. I'll leave a link to it right here on the screen. But if you follow me over on Instagram, you would have seen the state of this room just 2 days ago, and it was total chaos. So I spent the evening cleaning up so I could get to decorating this space today. So we have a clean slate. You can see that some things are already in place, but I have this table to do here. I want to finish it up. I'm not doing anything too much there because I'm kind of feeling that the rest of the house is so busy that maybe I might tone it down in here, but who knows. But I've also put up my 2 trees on my buffet. I didn't do this last year. I've done it for a number of years and I didn't put them here last year and I really missed them. So they're back and they light up. They're on a timer now, but I will turn them on so you can see how beautiful they look. And yeah, that's the state of my dining room currently before I get decorating. And if you have followed me for a while, you know my dilemma with ferns on the outside, but we rescued one. We brought him in from the summertime and he is thriving. We put him in here and he loves it. Today's video is in collaboration with 2 other lovely ladies here on YouTube. And funny enough, one of them was my very first collaboration I ever did here on YouTube when I first started my channel. So I will be sure to leave links to their channels in the description box below, and you have to go check them out because they are wonderful, such nice ladies, and I am so honored that they asked me to be part of this collaboration. Now the first lady is Christy from Inspired Living with Christy. She is phenomenal at tablescapes. If you need ideas on how to do a tablescape for any type of occasion, she's your girl. She does the most gorgeous tablescapes. I always get such great inspiration from her when I watch one of her tablescape videos. She's also a fantastic organizer, and she also does a little bit of, if you're moving homes or anything, she has a series on that. Some great tips there, so organized. Fantastic. Be sure to go check her out. And if you're coming over from Christy's channel, hello, so nice to have you here. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope that you enjoy this video. And the other lady is Sherry from At Home with Sherry, and she is fantastic. So funny. You'll love her personality, but she is great at thrifting and DIYing her thrift store finds and flipping them into amazing decor. She's fantastic at putting things together in her home. She's a great DIYer. Just love her to death. And be sure to check out her channel as well. She's your girl if you love to thrift and then you don't know what to do with it afterwards, or you want to DIY it. She's your girl. Go check her out. And if you're coming over from Sherry's channel, hello, a very warm welcome to you as well. And I do hope that you enjoy your time here. So thank you to Sherry and Christy for including me in this collaboration. I was so honored when you reached out. I love you ladies, and I am so looking forward to see what you guys come up with. So between the 3 videos, we're hoping to give you lots of Christmas inspiration, Christmas decor inspiration, Christmas baking, Christmas cocktails, probably some Christmas DIYs and some thrifting. So I hope that you enjoy these videos. Be sure to hop on over to the other channels, check them out, and let's get doing Let's start in my dining room and let's get that completed. Let me take you over and show you my buffet because I have most of the stuff over there of what I plan on using. So what I did here was I just laid out things that I thought or I think I want to use in here. And I've just put them here so I can get an idea of where I'm going with this. But my idea, I was inspired by these reindeer that I have had for a number of years. They're from my local dollar store. And it inspired this kind of theme for this room. Whoops. Because then I found this guy who I just adore. I think it's gorgeous. And then these little guys were acrylic, like the big deer, but I just spray painted them black and gold. And funny, after I did that, then I found this guy at HomeSense. And then there's just a bunch of trees that I have had for a long time. And of course, my big trees here that I will be using. And I just have some things in case I need to, hang anything or do anything like that. But yeah, this is kind of the feel I'm going for. Can you guess what it is? It's like a reindeer theme. And then I have these, 2 more of these garlands that I put up in the kitchen. If you didn't see my Christmas decorate with me in my kitchen, I will leave a link to that. Love for you to go check it out. And you can see what I did with these there. These are just yarn garlands that I made. And I think I want to use them on the top of the mirror. That's the plan right now. We'll see how that looks. My table runner that I absolutely adore. I have 2 of them. One is actually in my kitchen. And then the table's clear. I just keep these pine cones on for a while. Oh, and then this garland I recently picked up from Michael's on their Black Friday sale. I love it. If you saw my railing, my stair railing and entryway video, I'll leave a link for that too. I discussed how I'm just using very old garland that I had. It's not the greatest, but then like a day later, this was on sale at Michael's. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you can see. It looks like it has ice on it and stuff. So I'm thinking of using it on top of my runner on the table. But this is all the things I have for in here. And let's get going. And I'll probably start on the buffet. So I'll move everything over here so I can get an idea because I have an idea of what I want to use there. So my thought process for this area is with the trees and all the snow. I've had these 2 trees for probably 8 years now, and I got them in a 2-pack from a local Canadian store called Canadian Tire. And believe it or not, both these trees in total cost me $11, and they were already pre-lit, so a fantastic deal. This year, some of the lights on the trees a lot of them were burnt out, so I just wrapped them with a new string of lights. Again, from the same store, Canadian Tire, I stumbled across an early Black Friday sale, and a set of 35 LED lights was $2.43. So I thought that was a good deal, too good to pass up. So my idea here is to make it like a little forest, and with my deer running through this forest, I want to use some of this fake snow with it. And then underneath, I want to put some more twinkle lights. So this place is just going to glow at night. And these are just the twinkle lights that I got at Costco years ago too, in the 4-pack. They have them every year. And these have served me well. They're on a timer, so they're perfect for that too. As I mentioned earlier, I decided to DIY these little acrylic reindeer that I got at my local dollar store, and you can see here, I think they've gone up in price this year. They were $1.25 before, they're $1.75, but isn't everything in life going up right now? But they're still, to me, well worth it. They're so pretty.
So I thought I was going to use some white paint on one or two of them and some black paint on another. But in the end, my white paint did not work out. It was clogged. I couldn't use it. So I just ended up using the gold and the black spray paint. These spray painted up so well. I was shocked. I really didn't know what to expect. But they took to the spray paint so nicely. And such a quick and easy DIY to do on these to get a totally different look without having to spend a lot of money.
Let's get snowed in somewhere, you and me.
I guess another thing to mention is my theme, my color scheme is really greens and golds in here with touches of woods and white, because the rest of the house is so busy with the red. I've done a lot of red throughout the rest of the house, so I wanted to keep this a little quieter, and I just love these green balls. So it's green and gold in here.
If this is your first time stopping by my channel, then you should know that this dining room is really one of the first rooms that you see when you walk in my front door. It's right to the right hand side of the front door. But you can see down my hallway to my living room. That's why I wanted to keep this room a little different and a little separate and a little bit more calmer than all the bright pops of red. So the green and the gold with the wood tones was simply stunning in this room. As I was cleaning and prepping the room the night before, I had these picks out and I just decided to put them in the vase because I knew that's where they were going to go. But now I'm going to work on the bottom part of this table, and these ho-ho-ho plates, I don't even know how long I've had them, and they're so cute, they're so whimsical. And I found them in the cupboard and I knew I just had to bring them out and use them somewhere. And I'm loving them here because they bring in that little subtle touch of red that ties in with the rest of the house, ties in with what's going on down the hallway, so it was the perfect addition here.
Spreading all over town, but of course it's not true.
Now I'm going to work on my table, and I'm not going to do a tablescape today because I'll probably save that for later. There's no point, it's just my husband and I at home right now, but I will be having his family over for dinner in a few weeks, so I will share my tablescape there. But I'm going to keep it fairly simple with the centerpiece because I want this reindeer to really shine. These beautiful gold candlesticks I got from Amazon. I think I got them last year, maybe the year before, and I will try to leave a link to them below if you are interested in them. I just think they're stunning. So I'm just going to keep things really simple here.
Come join in our song. The feeling is here today.
I hadn't used this garland on the table. I tried it. I didn't show it on camera. I tried it. Just really didn't like it. It was just too busy for me. And I tried it over the mirror and with the trees and everything, too busy over there. And then I turned around and I looked up at my light fixture and I thought, perfect. Now I'd love to share with you a family favorite recipe at this time of year, at Christmas time. I got this recipe in a cookie exchange over 20 years ago. Do you guys still do cookie exchanges? Did you ever do them? I'd love to know in the comments below. I would love to get back into that. It cuts down on your baking and you get some really great recipes like this one. So here we go. So for the base, you're going to use 1 1/4 cups of flour, half a cup of butter at room temperature, and 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And all you're going to do is just put them in a mixer. You can do it by hand, you can put it in your mixer. I'm lazy, I'm going to put it in my mixer and just make up my cookie crust. It's like a shortbread cookie crust base.
Magic in the air.
I've already prepared my 9-inch square pan with some parchment paper. And if you've ever seen some of these TikTok methods of how to do this, I had never done this before, so it's pretty cool. And you can clip the edges and secure it in place with some butter underneath it. I love doing it, especially for this square, because when we do the caramelized filling, it can really stick to the pan. So this definitely helped. So now I'm just going to scrape off all the nice dough, get it all incorporated, make sure it's all incorporated. Then I'm going to just press it into my pan, and then we're going to bake it in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. So after it's done baking for about 10 minutes, we're just going to take it out, set it aside for a couple minutes while we make our filling. And this is what makes this square so good. For the filling, we're going to combine 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of half and half a heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and eventually then we're going to stir in a package of sliced almonds. I usually use about a cup of sliced almonds. And you're going to put your saucepan over a medium heat and continually stir until it comes to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to continue stirring for 3 more minutes and then remove from the heat and stir in the almonds. So don't add your almonds until it's been boiling for about 3 minutes.
Come let us adore him. Come let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Now after it's boiled for 3 minutes, you remove it from the heat, add in your almonds, and just stir them all in so they're all incorporated. Then you're going to pour it over your cookie crust base and just make sure to cover all that base up, and then you're going to pop it back in the oven for another 10 to 13 minutes. Depending on how hot your oven gets, I find 12 minutes is my sweet spot for my oven, but try 10 to 13 minutes and you'll be just fine.
Glory to God in the highest. Come let
Now get that pot soaking right away, because this caramel filling is so sticky, and I just like to get it soaking as soon as I am done with it. It just makes cleanup so much easier. Here are the finished squares. I wish you could smell the house right now because it smells divine. It's shortbread and caramel, nothing better. My suggestion is, if you have not used parchment paper, to run a knife along those edges to just release some of the caramel. It'll make your life so much easier when you're trying to clean up. And then let it cool completely before cutting into squares. Now that I've lifted mine out, I am just going to let it cool down even further before I cut them into squares. I'm going to put it in the fridge to really let it firm up, and then just enjoy. If you make these squares, tag me over on Instagram. If you have an account, I'd love to know if you've made them and what you thought. Enjoy! I'm so excited to give you a tour of how my dining room turned out for Christmas 2022. This is the next day, and I did make a few little tweaks here and there after sleeping on it for a little bit. See if you can spot them. Just a few little tweaks, nothing major, but I am loving the way this turned out. It is exactly what I wanted. It's calm, it's cozy, it's serene. The greens and golds and the whites and the woods just all work together to make such a beautiful room. And it's also reflective off the mirror with all the lights. Just loving it. Decorating these trees was never about adding lots of decorations and ribbons and things like that. I had these green ornaments. I've always loved them. I've always had those little gold drop ornaments as well. And I just love the way they look on these trees. It was never meant to be overly done, and I think it works out very well in here. And all these little reindeer, they're just so cute, and I'm so pleased with the way they turned out with their spray paint and all the twinkle lights underneath the snow. I think really make for a pretty view. Thank you once again to Christy and Sherry for inviting me to join them in this collaboration. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch their videos and see what they've come up with. I know I will be blown away, and so will you. So hop on over to their channels now and go take a look at what they've done. And I really appreciate you stopping by, spending some of your time with me. It's a busy time of year, so I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I hope that you enjoyed it and you got some decorating or baking or DIYing inspiration to tackle some of your Christmas projects. So until I talk to you in my next video, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week.